Hi everybody, so I just want to thank you for tuning in. This is my first video from home. Today I want to show you how to make your own dry shampoo, because if you're like me, you don't like to wash your hair every day, and if you're also like me, you did not buy any before all this happened and you're trying to avoid the stores. So there are a couple of different ways you can make it. I'm going to combine a couple of different recipes. The recipe I'm going to use is going to have cornstarch and baking soda, and then we're going to add a few other things in based on your hair color. Now, if you have arrowroot powder at home, that's what a lot of these recipes call for, so you can just use that. I didn't have any of that on hand, so I'm going to use the cornstarch and the baking soda. So you're just going to mix 1/4 cup of each. So I should have already had this done, so you guys don't have to watch my horrible mixing skills here. So, and you know, these measurements don't have to be specific. We're not, you know, cooking anything, so they can kind of be a little off if you need them to be. So, there's that. And I have a fork, and I'm just going to take it and stir it together. So now you can see, you know, it's a white powder. And for a lot of you who are brunette or redheads, you know, the reason you don't use dry shampoo is because, you know, it makes your scalp look like you have powder on it. So a couple of ways to get around that are, if you're a brunette or anything other than super blonde, you can add cocoa powder to it. Now, I have already made some, and as you can see, I added a little bit of cocoa powder, and a little bit goes a long way. So I would recommend you taking a spoon and then just sprinkling it over, and then just kind of mixing it together. Now, if it's darker than you would like this is probably going to be a little too dark for me, you can always add more cornstarch. That's totally fine. Now, if you are redhead or strawberry blonde, you're going to want to add some cinnamon. So cinnamon, you know, obviously it has a more reddish tint, and so that will blend in better with your coloring. So I am going to add just a little bit more cornstarch just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Now, another great thing about this dry shampoo is it doesn't have the chemicals that the canned sprays have. You know, this is all natural, all organic. So that is a really great benefit as well. And, you know, I think in the future I might just use this, mainly because I made a lot. Now, the last thing that we are going to do is add some essential oils. You can add lavender. That's a really popular one. I'm going to add some lemon because citrus is kind of invigorating. It gives you energy. You're going to add maybe 5 or 6 drops, depending on how much of this you make, and then just kind of stir it together. Now, when you're done, you can put it in any kind of container that you have. What I have put mine in is just an old mason jar. I would recommend that you pour it over the sink. So you just take your jar, stick it in the sink, and then pour that in there. And then when you're ready to apply this to your scalp, take a makeup brush and dip it in there, and then just kind of tap the excess, and then just kind of go along your part, and then you're going to piece your hair over and do a little bit more. And then, you know, as much as you want, then let it sit for a couple of minutes, let that cornstarch and baking soda really absorb the oil, and then kind of rub your fingers through it and take your blow dryer and blow dry all the excess out. I tried this morning. It worked really well. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thanks.